great players. They have a great organization. And you tell them one thing.
What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raiders related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's jump right into the topic of this video. Once again, another draft prospect film breakdown video, and today we are going to go over the linebacker position. The Raiders have a huge void at the linebacker spot as we let our starting middle linebacker DENZEL PERRYMAN walk in free agency, and the Raiders linebacker core just in general is filled with a bunch of young players. And also it seems like more than likely the Raiders will not go the route of trying to make a move for a veteran linebacker like potentially a Patrick Queen or a Devin White. So the Raiders will most definitely look at the linebacker position and the prospects in this year's draft. And today we are going to go over linebacker Drew Sanders out of Arkansas. Drew Sanders is 6'5", 235 pounds, and he recorded 9.5 sacks last season. Drew Sanders previously was a part of that 2021 Alabama championship team where he played primarily as a defensive end for Alabama. He didn't get as much playing time compared to when he transferred to Arkansas this season, where he was also moved to the linebacker position, and that's really where that has transformed his career and has just boosted his draft stock up to this point. Now, there is a lot of pros and cons to Drew Sanders' game, so look, let's just jump right into the tape. So on this first play, this is going to be his first con, is he isn't able to bring down the Alabama running back in the backfield, which leads to a good run for Alabama, and he needs to improve on this, his tackling. And on this next play, this is a good example of him showing the ability to drop back into zone coverage. He's running zone, and Sanders, look, he does a good job stopping the pass, and I'm really impressed with his ability just to move as a bigger guy on that field. He has good athleticism and he's good on his feet. And on this next play, this play right here is a very good example of just how athletic and fast Drew Sanders is. He's able to bring down Alabama quarterback Bryce Young, one of the most elusive quarterbacks in this whole NFL draft, and that is no easy task whatsoever. So this was very impressive. On this next play right here, I just included this one because I absolutely love the hustle from Drew Sanders in this one. He starts the play off here, rushing the cornerback. He's on the line of scrimmage, but he doesn't stop there. After the ball is thrown, he doesn't stop moving until that whistle blows, and he's able to hustle back and make a big tackle, preventing the Alabama wide receiver from potentially going the distance. Right here, just an overall good tackle from Drew Sanders. But on this next one, another example of another missed tackle from Drew Sanders, and this one leads to a touchdown. Now look, in all fairness, this was a tough tackle to make, but then again, if I'm considering drafting a linebacker in the first round, especially in the top 10, I'm gonna need him to make these type of plays. Boom, another good example, a good play of him being able to bring down a scrambling quarterback in the open field. As I said, this guy is very athletic. Now for this one, we are going back to the 2021 season where Drew Sanders was a part of that Alabama roster before he transferred. Here we see Sanders' ability to put his hand in the dirt and rush the passer, and he gets a big hit on the Florida quarterback, which leads directly to an interception. Just great pressure being put on the quarterback here. And as a former defensive end converted into a linebacker, he's definitely going to possess that ability to rush the quarterback and create havoc. On this play right here, this is just a good play recognition from Drew Sanders, sniffing out the screen pass, and he makes a big hit on this one. I just like his overall aggressiveness as a player. We jump into the next play, another sloppy missed tackle from Drew Sanders. As I said, this is going to be something that he has to fix once he gets to the National Football League, especially as a linebacker. On this next play right here, I just like Drew Sanders' recognition and ability to shed the offensive guards, block, and make the tackle. Good play overall. On this play right here, just another good play against the run, quickly diagnosing and reacting, making the stop. Overall, I think Drew Sanders could be a very good linebacker in run defense. And on this next play, another example, Sanders once again does a great job stuffing the run, being able to quickly read the play and just react and make a play. And on this play, he's in zone coverage once again, does a very good job in coverage. He jumps the route, and almost had himself a turnover. So look, it is a good play. He read that play very well, but at the same time, the ball hit his hands. He's got to come up with that ball. So overall, when it comes to Drew Sanders, there is a lot to like, but there also are some things that he needs to improve on as soon as possible. With Drew Sanders, I do love his overall athleticism, his aggressiveness, his ability to get to the pass rusher, and his overall instincts and ability to stop the run. As I mentioned, I think Drew Sanders would be a very good linebacker in the run defense, but of course some of his clear flaws are the fact that he needs to fix his tackling issue, especially as a linebacker in the National Football League. That can become a huge issue down the line. The Raiders know too well what it has been like in the past. Having linebackers that can't tackle is just an absolute nightmare to deal with. Also, his coverage skills, especially in man-to-man, are questionable. I really didn't see him put in man-to-man situations very often, but for a bigger guy, I will say he is very fluid in the hips and he can move around very well, as we saw when he was able to bring down the scrambling quarterbacks in the open field. And if a team drafts Drew Sanders, my opinion is he's not the most polished linebacker in this draft whatsoever, as he only has 1 full year under his belt as a linebacker. So you're gonna have to be patient with him to fully develop, but with the athleticism he has and only having 1 year of experience under his belt, at the same time, he definitely possesses huge potential to become a very dynamic and dominant player at the next level. Also, I do think he could become a very dominant pass rusher, especially on third down. As I mentioned, he's a former defensive end converted into a linebacker. He's got that aggressiveness, that nastiness to his game, so he could be a problem for opposing quarterbacks if used correctly. So Drew Sanders, he could be an option for the Las Vegas Raiders, and I do like him as a prospect, but not in the first round, especially in the top 10 in my opinion. And that's where it's interesting to find out where exactly he will end up falling. Some project that he will be a first rounder, while others think he might be there in the second round. I personally think he will likely be a late first rounder or an early second round prospect. So if Drew Sanders is available for the Raiders at 38, then I would most definitely consider drafting him. But at the same time, I will mention I'm not sure how he may fit in this defense, and more importantly, I just am not sure how our defensive coordinator Patrick Graham will view Drew Sanders. Will he be very excited and intrigued by his athletic ability, the overall potential he possesses, or will he be more concerned by his lack of fundamental skills like tackling and overall his lack of experience and knowledge of the linebacker position? So that's something to keep in mind. But Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys like Drew Sanders as a prospect overall? And do you guys want the Las Vegas Raiders to draft him? Let me know down below. With that being said, Raider Nation, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.